It's a program that's saving lives because you matter. Shelter to Soldier is a California nonprofit that takes dogs from local shelters, trains them as service dogs, and pairs them with veterans who need them. Think about that. Here now with more on how this program is greatly needed and how you can support the mission are Shelter to Soldier President and co-founder Graham Bloem and its Director of Training and Operations, Nicky, and of course, Moose, the dog. Thank you guys so much for coming.
Thanks for having us.
Graham, I'm going to start with you. We hear the heartbreaking statistics about veterans, suicide. We know they're dealing with PTSD. And then we also know the statistics with dogs and euthanasia in shelters. And what Shelter to Soldier does really answers that question on both fronts. It's a win for everybody.
Yeah, you know, that's the goal, to be able to give these dogs a life of purpose, love, and hope, and transfer that to someone, you know, a veteran that needs a loving companion in their life.
You're making, I mean, a real measurable difference in veterans' lives and dogs' lives.
We are, you know, we get to see it firsthand through the mission, the lives that we're changing. You see the joy in the dogs, you see the newfound joy or the joy returned back in the veterans' lives. So definitely a marked difference being made in both the lives of the canines and the humans.
Nicky, I know you go into the shelters and start helping pick and identify which dogs you think might be good. So once a dog is paired with a veteran, what does that partnership look like day to day?
It's awesome. They get, once they're paired with their veteran through what we call speed dating, to find their perfect match, we start customizing that dog's training completely to what the veteran needs. So if they have nightmares or night terrors, their dog learns how to interrupt those. If they have mobility limitations, their dog helps them with those. We start customizing their training completely, and then their veteran works with them for about 6 to 9 months weekly to learn all of the handling skills that they need to be a full-time service dog handler.
So the veterans come to where these dogs are, and they're kind of trained together almost,
Yep,
right?
exactly. Yep.
So how do you, Graham, how do veterans connect with you and your services?
So most of them are referred to us by their providers, their counselors, therapists, social workers, etc., friends and family, past graduates, support groups. But they find us, and then they apply. There's a confidential application that they can fill out through our website. And from there, we start the process to navigate the application.
How many veterans and dogs have you paired?
Over 100 now.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
And so what made you put 2 and 2 together like this and create Shelter to Soldier?
So I've been a dog trainer for over 2 decades, and I've been in the shelter and rescue system for all of that time frame at varying capacities, and saw firsthand how many dogs need a job, need purpose beyond just being a pet dog. And then sadly, my life was crushed, and suicide touched very close to home for me by losing a very close friend. And that rolled into me and my wife and a good friend of ours to have the discussion of, you know, how can we make a difference rather than just talking about it at dinner or sharing conversation? Let's take action and utilize the skill sets that we have in administration and fundraising and dog training and put the two together. And so that's what we did. And now we've got an incredible team and volunteers, as well as the community that's gotten behind us to allow us to do this work.
And does this cost the veterans anything? There's
no cost to the veteran at time of graduation. We always say they put work in, right? There's still a lot of time and effort. They're spending time driving to lessons, but the actual cost of the adoption is $0.
And Nicky, what do you see when you bring a dog, you pick one out, kind of give us what that's like to see a dog in a shelter and then to see them given a job and a purpose in life?
I mean, it's incredible to see dogs, you know, like Moose here, who was in the shelter at Bonita, getting that second chance. You know, I always tell everybody, those dogs that end up in the shelter because they were chewing up that lazy boy, they were digging holes in the backyard, they're bored and they're saying, I need a job, I want a bigger purpose. So getting to be a part of that journey that gets them from in a shelter where, you know, their next day or next meal or next second is not guaranteed, to having this very purposeful life that they're changing and saving the lives of veterans.
There has to be something with this veteran too. He's now given a purpose to take care of this dog. Listen, you have a 5K coming up, is that right?
Yes, yeah, we have our second annual 5K and Gratitude Festival for Dogs. That's at Fox Point Farms in Encinitas.
I love it there.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I love it.
Sunday, November 9th. And yeah, this is how we do what we do. You know, zero cost to the veterans, but obviously there's huge costs involved in running a program like this, caring for dogs, training dogs. So our fundraisers is how we make the magic happen.
All right, so we will put information to that on our website with this story at cbs8.com. And this is a way that you can get involved and bring a shelter dog to a soldier that needs them. Thanks so much, guys. We appreciate it.
Thank you.